today. From State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Murray now. And his first pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And this will be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw again. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 80 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Back to throw again. He'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Connor going backwards here on the 1st down carry. Stopped up for a loss of a couple. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Murray. To the right side, and he's got more complete. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Before they're able to get it up to the 25. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll look to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a 1st down past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Hands it off out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Byron Murphy there on the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're going to look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On now the Miami field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the 2nd quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Murray's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll run here with Connor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Murray going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. And the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. to throw now on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. It's a penalty marker down. And the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were 7-point winners a week ago, and they lead by 7 here as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Well, I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. They'll look to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Rashawn Gary. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On second down, Connor looking for space. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Again, he targets Ridley. This time it's complete.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on the punt for Miami. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot it looks. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right? The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Murray a give. This is Connor. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Murray now to throw. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Able to drop him for a loss. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Murray's got to have this one. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Back to throw here. And a quick throw here. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Second and 4. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The offense on 3rd down tonight, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. To Connor on the check down. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Connor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
Murray now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Murray again, 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. And to give this time to the tailback. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Flash the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jones with a nice gain there on 1st down as he takes his forward and call it a pickup of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great
day. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2.
Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense.
They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Throwing, Jones. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll run with Harris, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones looking for Murphy, and he finds him complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, Jones.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. They go play action here on first down. Looking for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown.
Chase Claypool.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. They're the favorite, no question. And when they score like that on the opening drive to set the tone, you're the underdog on the other bench. That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't bring the home crowd into it. Because you're counting on that to be a part of your equalizer, ride their momentum. But you have to give them something to cheer for. So now what you're worried about is they're better than we are. We can't get going. Are we about to get blown out?
Good news, still a long way to go.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 carries, 63 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up a throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. That catch good. Here's 2nd and 8. This is caught. It's Woods. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. He'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 14 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got his target, Harris. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Jones. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Sullivan.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Returnable here for Davis. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Patriots take over.
Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense.
And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down.
He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time...
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us. But I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. And take it right on the 30.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense.
He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Jones on 1st down.
Right side, Claypool's got it.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 30. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. 14 yards. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better? Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And he's got him back within a field goal now. It's 16-13. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Second down and 7.
Back to throw. Jones.
Quick slant, finding Claypool.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jones. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Off play action, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position.
So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people will call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Rams on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Patriots are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
All right, just call the call. We're going to play it. Come on now.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
Big Sebastian Joseph Day there on the stop.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He finds his man. Complete. It's Curry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Patriots send out their punter. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He's got Atwell. That's complete.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Back to throw. Complete. This is Lewis. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. He's back to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. to throw. And Woods has it complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now a give right side. Funk fighting his way through contact. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Returnable here for Davis. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So the Patriots coming out now. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Open man completes it to Claypool. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. One final shot. They'll look to throw. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully.
So for the Rams, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.